I've got a tip for you today, and it really is one that works pretty evenly for both buyers and sellers of property. So when a seller decides to sell and actually gets an offer in hand, or a buyer decides to buy a specific property and make an offer, there are some elements that both groups need to focus on. The first element, which is really, really important, is to start with your end number in mind. So making it an even number, if you want to end up at $1 million, then you need to negotiate towards that number. Even if you're a buyer or a seller, make sure you close in on your target. It's really, really important. Don't start way too high, and then if you're a seller, don't start way too high, the buyer won't move. And if you're a buyer, don't start way too low, the seller will have the same reaction. So be reasonable, but have a target in mind and move towards it. Another element that's really important, it works for both buyer and seller, is to negotiate hard on the important things to you. Don't negotiate, an outlet is somewhere in a wall or something that is, well, that might be important, but a scratch on a window. Things that aren't important to you, do not worry about negotiating them. I see people worried about grout in tiles, and a grout in tiles is a $2 item. So don't worry about those. Worry about the things that are really, really important. If escrow time is really important, focus on that. Price is, both parties are going to focus on that. If you're a buyer and you want something that's really important to you as a buyer, like a specific close escrow time, or you want the seller to rent back. That happened to me recently, where the buyer actually wanted the seller to rent back, and it worked out great for both parties. But focus on things that are really important to you. Don't worry about the minutia, okay? It makes it a lot cleaner deal, and it makes everybody a lot more pleasant through the process. The whole process more pleasant, really. So those are the items that both the seller and buyer, when you're negotiating, should really focus on.